First of all, I didn't know who I was beyond Oakland and then some parts of Louisiana. But by doing this research and working with the people at the Family Search Center and then doing my own research and study, I found 8 generations on my mother's side, 7 on my father's side, and one to just highlight. There's several that I could highlight, but one in particular is Polly Stratton. I kept saying 5th generation, but she's actually my 3rd generation grandmother on my maternal side. She came to the United States on a slave ship called Bachelor. She landed in New Orleans at the age of 16. So through the other study, I found or discovered that only 30% of the people taken from Africa actually lived. They slept, defecated, 8 and 7 inches by 2-inch quarters, mostly with just their bottoms on. The thought process was, to endure all of this, I'm going to take my life. Or some of them just simply died. There's a fight in Cassandra. So someone might say, well, there's a fight in all African Americans. Maybe. But there's always been a fight in me to do more, to do better, to strive for humanity. And I would even ask myself, or even sometimes my parents, yeah, they're strong. But where did that come from? I know first and foremost, I'm very clear that it comes from the Lord. But what about humanity? What about the physicality? So Polly and the others, she answered that question. She had to be a woman of strength and endurance to even live at 16. And then I found out that there is a group of relatives who I do not know, who live in Louisiana, not Ruston, another part of Louisiana, and they own all of this land. They exist today. Their last names are West. How has this transformed my life? It made me understand, first of all, it brought about clarity of who I am as a child of God first. And then clarity about the perseverance, the love, the togetherness through all of the things that this is a great nation, but it has brought about a lot of pain to a lot of people, and particularly African American people. And just to see us stand, my people stand for righteousness, it makes me want to do more. So how has it transformed my life? There's a clarity. There's a clear vision. For the first time in my life, for the last year or so, I fast at least once a week. I pray. I ask God for division, for instruction of what to do next. I know that this book didn't come about because I'm so great, but because He is. I had no idea how it would be completed, and it's still not complete. It's never complete. There's always going to be a sequel. My faith and my confidence has increased on a very big level because I know I walk with confidence. I walk with assurance. I walk in listening for the Lord, paying attention to the Holy Spirit. When He says go, I go. Don't question it as much. When He tells me to be quiet, I be quiet. when he tells me that you have to go among people who you don't know and you just need to show up and you do this because I have given you an assignment, and that is to serve the people. It has made me a better person. I can see things more clear. My dependency now so than ever is on the Lord and not people. Once a person such as me find out who you are, who your ancestors are, what they've been through, what they endured, it brings about a clearer vision. The rose-colored glasses are no longer there. It's off. On my father's side, I found out that they were builders. They built their own homes and they were well off. I didn't know that they helped a lot of people. They built churches and homes, and they had cattle and they had land. The great-great-grandmother who had a hand in raising my father because his mother died at a very young age, she was a business owner. She was a seamstress. So when I discovered some pictures of these young men and they had on these nice outfits back then, it answers the question. Your grandmother made those clothes. She was my relative. I didn't know that. The respect. Cousin Willard told me before, he's a family historian. You'll read about him in the book. He says, our motto was, if you want something, then you made it. You came up with a pattern on how to do that. If you broke something, you fixed it. If you wanted to eat, then you grew it. They didn't depend on anyone. They depended on themselves. There's a whole community of people. So there's pride in that. There's confidence. And that's, yes, I am somebody because I came from strength and I understand why. So that's how it has transformed my life. There are people on the cover, about 50% of them I did not know. I discovered them through this journey. So whoever gets this book will be able to find out who they are too. Just follow the steps. I've done the work so that you don't have to.